gentlemen in the mix.
Hey, traders. Happy Thursday. Hope you're all having a good one. The week wanes. And Bitcoin, another good day after the very scary sell-off that brought us to test for the first time in history, an inflection point that goes back to the beginning of the year, when at one time it was the highest levels Bitcoin had ever seen. Immediate fall through price action after a confirmed bullish engulfing candle on the daily yesterday. So anything above 40K, you're good. Everything's fine, right? But you can see that there might be some downsloping price contraction, which is not bad. But I'm just, since the El Salvador dump, we're just plotting trend lines, right? And downsloping, and there's an apex. So that's not quite a falling wedge yet, because the minimum criteria for a falling wedge needs to be 5 touches. You only have 4 now, so doesn't mean you don't have to call it a wedge. You don't have to call it anything. It's just that's the structure of consolidation so far.
Cody, thanks.
COTI has been going berserk today. Thanks, Nick. Sick for the 20. Yep, we'll look at it. There have been a few that have been going higher today. Tezos being one. Hex being another. Oh my god, Hex is up 11%. Algo, SNX. But that's what happens. When Bitcoin's up 2 to 3% on the day, you could always imagine there's going to be an altcoin that's up double-digit percentage points. Just like when Bitcoin's down 3%, you could imagine there's going to be altcoins that are down double-digit percentage points. It's like a great pastime of crypto. That's the way it goes. So we do have 1 hour, 51 minutes till your daily candle close is confirmed. And it would be the highest candle close since the 19th of September. Let's go on into the no edge. Really, I don't know. God, dude, the daily, is that a low and then the lower low with lower levels, negative momentum? You don't have much up on the RSI, but 4 hour, let's look at it real quick. Okay, so 4 hour, there's another inflection point that's pretty important, at least locally, and it's colored in gray on your screen, as you can clearly see it. It's like 44K. You're above that. The last 4 hour candle is what got us candle close confirmation breakout. So nice. So you would think, here, minimum target, where you are, $46,400. $46,000. That's a swing high from August 9th and a supply line of that potential wedge we got going on, right? Not a wedge yet, because you need 5. You got 1 touch, you got 2, you got 3, you got 4. You don't have 5 yet. So when we hit this supply line again and you pull back just a little bit, we got a confirmed falling wedge on the daily and 4 hour probably, because you discern it on the daily. So it's valid when you can identify it and see it clearly and concisely on the daily. And when you can see patterns on the weekly and daily time scales, that means they are significant and could be far more reliable than if you were watching on the 4 hour, 60-minute and identified the same type of pattern. The daily and the weekly are always going to give you more reliable structures. That's normally what you always want to trade in the end, and then you trade the daily structures, and then the 4 hour is giving you the signal with forms of divergence or something, or harmonic or something, right? Okay, so that's it, man. Hey, the head and shoulders, right? The idea from people on the internet that there was a head and shoulders. I get it. You don't have to call it a head and shoulders, Chad. You don't have to call it anything. Call it a momentum shifting structure, because you got a high, a higher high, the highest high. You don't. Then a lower high. That's momentum shifting from bulls to bears. Okay, so it is very real possibility this asset, Bitcoin, could run up and make another lower high. And it would be the same thing, but inverse, that it had been doing in August, right? Making higher highs, then it makes lower highs. So it could always run up, make a lower high, dump again, and then hopefully the next time if it did sell off again, we would see really strong indicators on the oscillators, some sort of signal on a back test of $42K to $40,000, right? You run up, you sell off, you maybe double bottom or something. I'm just thinking about like how it could end up going, or something like this occurs. That's what we'd be hoping for, like a major double bottom of some sort of confirmation low, because we have one after the dump, right? One low. Do we really know? I don't think so. I don't think we really know yet. But if we sold off one more time and maybe made a higher low, that'd be a form of accumulation, but a higher low at the top of the range that goes back to, there it is, January 8th. spring back test, spring, amen. That would be legendary. So, but good news, anything above 44K is really, really nice, because that was a very critical level that you could see how many times it had, was it support, could end up being support again. Okay. Really, dude, the ticker is so distracting at the bottom. Dude, you need some Ritalin. Okay, I'm just saying, man. Really? Is that bothering you that much? Stop staring at the bottom. Look at the charts. Listen to the things I'm saying, and look at where my mouse cursor is. Is it at the bottom? Down here at the, no, it's here. It's the charts, the candles. You think you're missing the point of the existence of the stream. Okay, let's go to Ethereum. My God. Ethereum, beautiful, man. Oh my God. It's in the textbook. It's in Scott Carney's textbook. You've got yourself, well, this is just reiteration of the analysis. Not much has changed besides follow the price action off that confirmed daily bullish engulfing candle yesterday that brought us back from the dead, back above an inflection point, $2,900 to $3,000. You had to be above that, man. You had to, and you're back. All right, so when you created a bearish shark pattern, you hit the pattern completion zone almost perfectly and dumped. You reacted violently, you rallied, you dumped again. Okay, so reciprocal ABCD confirmed, developed, and potentially reversing off the engulfing candle. That's a signal right there. So this is what you see. This is what you get. The strongest bullish 5-0s, which is what we're dealing with now. A bullish bear sharks turn into bullish 5-0s, especially in bullish conditions. This is really bullish conditions. So this is where you either rally much, much higher, or you come and you back test $2,900 to $3,000 like Bitcoin might test $42,000 again, right? If, I think you're going to 2,900, Bitcoin's going to 42K again. So anyway, this is where like another type of harmonic would develop, right? You'd think, duh, what can ABCDs turn into? They're dragons, but they can also just turn into ciphers and sharks. There's shark patterns, which could take you all the way up to 39, 34 again. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, it would be a shark because of the deep retrace on C from A to B. It's not a cipher. A cipher can only go to the 1414 fib extension. The spark exceeds that, gets closer to 1.618, which is completely fine for a shark. So we know the PCZ would be minimum 88% retrace on this becoming complex structure, 3930. Weird, dude. Weird. Okay, so, you could always, you run up and you don't make it there and you come back down and you get a confirmation low at the pattern completion zone of the reciprocal ABCD. But I'm hoping for just a back test to $2,900, $3K. I don't think you ever want to see this asset fall below $3,000, $2,900 ever again. You just don't. Okay. A lot of upside though. Above $2,900, $3,000. You are going to have to go test 3,300 now, because that is a newly manufactured resistance. It didn't exist before the date of August 15th. Now it's real. Now you have to be like, okay, anytime we're going through, this area, you have to say that there might be resistance, there might be sell orders at 3,300 because it exists now, okay? You break that though, boom, 36, 3,900, easy. So what looks almost identical, but actually way more perfect. Total, holy crap, chat. I mean, total. I pinged patrons yesterday as soon as it happened, but there is just nothing better. If you were talking about a bullish 5-0 in the best context ever, I would say total market cap for crypto is literally the most specimen looking asset I've seen, because it's not just the daily time scale. We just talked about the significance of all this stuff being discernible on the daily. We got that. All right. So you have the reciprocal ABCD like Ethereum, but it was perfect. It hit the 50% retrace, right? How do you identify the pattern completion zone of a bullish 5-0? You have the shark reverses, and then the asset retraces from the low point of the structure to the high point 50% of the way. I have this arrow pointed here so you can see it. There can be no confusion, right? The asset has lost 50% of its value from the low point here from late June to the top in early September. All right, 50% drawdown. That's where the asset will, if the 5-0 is real, that's where it will react and reverse. But it wasn't just the 50% retrace that was so beautiful about the asset. It was at the same time, just happenstance, that the 50% retrace happened to line up exactly where the major inflection point from February 20th was. But it wasn't just that. It was also the 200-day simple moving average. It was just right there. But it wasn't just that, if you could even freaking believe it. It was the 1.272 fib extension of the reciprocal ABCD. My God, that's a fib extension. So the level of confluence here, the meeting of 2 rivers, just kidding, the meeting of 4 rivers because of what I just said, right? That is ridiculous confluence. That it just doesn't get more perfect than that, dude.
Take a look at Billy stock.
So Grant, thanks for 20, dude. Sure, if you want, man. Yeah. Okay, we good? What's going on, dude? Dude, I didn't change anything. That's the API of the source I use. The blinking on that ticker down there. You think I was like, oh man, I gotta spruce up this stream. This is gonna bring in the viewers and the new subs. A new scrolling ticker at the bottom that could be arguably distracting. Yes. Nah, they changed it. I've been using the same source for literally years now, so. Wouldn't that be a hilarious story, though? That I would attribute all my success if I started growing more and all that. I would say it was because of the ticker change. Okay, so from here, I mean, oh, and it was just like, not just that, it was the engulfing candle. It was the reaction that market participants gave us that was so spectacular. And between these levels, between 1.78 trillion and 2.23 trillion, it's straight up, straight down. There's not much price action that occurs, so we could run it straight back up there. And you get it, right? It would be the same thing. It would be some sort of cipher, bearish cipher. Oh, a little deep right there. Yeah, it's still kind of okay. But this would be like 786. Wow, look at that. The 786, because we know it's valid potential cipher. Wow, the 786 just happens to be literally confluent with the April 16th high. Oh my God, dude. So there could be more upside in the cryptosphere after a major bullish engulfing candle developed at the most critical areas ever. All right, so total, we can look at Bitcoin dominance. That's done nothing today. It was a pretty bad day. It was down almost 2% yesterday, but up 0.09% today, doing nothing near the pattern completion zone of the multiple structures, right? The colossal multi-year large M shape, and then you have the shorter term M shape that would confirm the bottom. Not much has really occurred since then, so that just means, you know, yesterday altcoins kind of outperformed Bitcoin, but today kind of they're performing about the same, where Bitcoin's beginning to sell off just a little bit, not much, still up about $1,000 on the day. And then we look at Bitcoin volatility. That is on the rise, up 3.22%. We did discuss this, right? We're now getting to levels where volatility could be back in season, right? Between 41 and 106. It's normally straight up, straight down. So yeah, volatility on Bitcoin is at its highest level since August 30th. So it's been, right, like a little over 3 weeks. And that could continue to climb. I wouldn't be surprised at all. You just got to wonder, what is that volatility going to bring us, man? Is it going to be upward movement or downward movement? Because it's going to happen. The price is going to correlate to the volatility one way or another. Yeah, Wayne Batson, get it together, man. Just kidding. All All right. On volatility, I guess we can go check out, kind of pairings and stuff, and we look at Ethereum to Bitcoin. That yesterday Ethereum to Bitcoin bullishly engulfed above the B point of the bearish bat pattern. I think we probably have an X, A, B, C, D going on. It could just make another higher low and run again. Definitely, if this keeps up, hidden bullish divergence on the daily would be real. It would be like a developing argument, right, where you make a low in price and then a higher low with lower levels on the oscillators. That is definitely hidden bullish divergence in development right now. If it did pivot and continue on, it would probably go and try to test 7.8 million. Hidden bullish divergence, even on the daily, does not ensure that the price is going to recapture the previous high it just made. So that means, right, if the hidden bullish divergence is going to play out in its development, Ethereum could, in the near-term future, outperform Bitcoin in percentage gains to the US dollar. That's all that means. The lowdown on Bitcoin is anything above 40K is good. Anything above 40K is extremely good. It's really 40K. It's 40,665. If we're going to be technical to the dollar amount, it's 40,665 to 41,986. It's like a zone of inflection, and it's been regarded only as resistance forever when it's been regarded until yesterday, when for the first time ever Bitcoin regarded that level as support. It should be a ridiculously good support. We got a really violent bullish reaction off of it, but that might have had everything to do with, the stock market and tapering's not really happening right now. They're going to continue buying bonds at least till July next year. Evergrande's screwed, right? Evergrande is going to collapse. I think they're okay with that. But it was up today. Are you kidding me? Shouldn't we look at that before? I don't even know why I didn't look at it before. 1, 2, 3. Nope. Why do we not look at Evergrande? Dude, ridiculous. All right, 17.62%. But at one point, this thing was breaking resistance, and it hit $3.01. All right, so a major gap up on high volume, even though they're going to, their demise is imminent. Went up and tested what was once a level of support a multitude of times back from 2011, 2012, 13, 14. That level was just regarded as resistance for the first time. Well, I take it back. It's been a resistance August 2010, but I don't think it really existed that much yet. That level's been is a resistance again. Okay, and so if it held that as resistance successfully, then you could see this asset slide on back down to 216, then 185 after that. Yes, so this is it's just kind of interesting to look at. This is why it's important, right? To understand, even if the asset's going bankrupt, it's going to zero, it sucks and all that. Taking a short on an asset after all that at finally levels of inflection. Finally, it bounced. Look at that. It bounced off 216 like the Jesus man. A 10-year, a decade long ago support held, and you got this violent bounce. They could have cleaned you up if you were FOMO shorting this, right? So it's that's why it's important, even on stuff like this, to practice good, what is taught here. It's why is a harmonic such a big deal here? Because it's giving us value. We're looking for those value entries on assets. This would actually have been a smarter move to take a long, but who would fundamentally in their right mind want to long this? Or based on the fundamentals, why would anyone want to ever long this crap? You wouldn't. You would just not do anything, probably, right? Now, it might be just a different story if you had inside information up here. Look at this double top. This is what we're talking about, in a downtrend already, and then the asset makes a high, sells off, then makes the same high, and then even a lower same high there. That's so much rejection, and then it rolled over. So there were forms of confirmation that this thing was cooked. Consecutive lower highs, man. You got to look out. So capitulation. Anyway, that's the technicals. There's a lot of really bad stuff fundamentally you can read about. All right, anyway, so that was Evergrande. And then we can look at the S&P 500 that roared back today. Yes, you can't stop the money printer, chat. No matter how hard you try, you're going to get some bad days. But moon time. I mean, you filled the gap today officially. Didn't we talk about that literally yesterday? This gap is probably going to fill, and it happened today. Other than that, no resistance until a little bit higher, 44.80. Then above that's all-time highs. You had your little 5% pullback. What was it from the high? Seriously. From the all-time high to the lowest low. Look at that, chat. Just a meager, pathetic 5.21% drawdown before recovering. Someone put toner in the money printer. There you go, man. Yeah, energy, tech, a lot of names today did really, really well. We're talking 432 gainers, 73 losers. But yeah, it's just like, how do you can't fight it. This trend is hyper bullish. Even if it broke a demand line, it started sliding, and there was probably intervention. Go ahead and say there's not. Yeah, dude, there's just there's not some intervention going on. It's the free market, right? Certainly, this is just market participants, you know. Okay. Anyway, great stuff there. Great for retirement accounts, man. If you got hold accounts of equities, you're doing great. Everything's back. We're good again. You get a little nervous, but look at this. How nuts. When you hit an inflection point, 33,584, 33,729, you bounced. You filled a gap today that we talked about yesterday, and now you're probably tomorrow. You might test 35,000 to 35,1, and that's an inflection point. You break that, you're back out of the range. It's almost like an M shape, an X, an A, a B, a C, a D. Almost like no, not a shark. It could have been a bat if you anchored X here. X, A, B, C, D, or a bat. Dang, dude, in the end, was it? It's like you can't take action on it because it's so reactionary, but it technically was a almost perfect bat on the Dow Jones, right? Reacted there. Man, it'd be a blessing to get a reversal, like a double bottom or something, but you're probably not going to get that lucky. There was no edge when it bounced like that. Just the inflection point. Bids came in. We the people intervened. Yeah, man, we put our foot down and we're like, we're not going to let this market crash. We got the capital to keep it propped up. All right. Russell 2000. Bounced once yesterday and bounced again today. And yeah, that hidden bullish divergence is there now. We talked about it could be a thing, and it is a thing. It's real. Anything above this demand line, eventually 23.18. Chop City, man. Chop City. What's up near Moonboy, dude? Sure, we'll do that. Trying to drink this coffee. Espresso infused.
Greetings, Mitch. Let's look at Nia. I put a chart out in the Citadel. Learning lots of stuff and applying the skills. CHCK out the chart as a starting point if you would, please. Thanks, and much love.
Today's new movement 2618. Super chat. The deep fib extension contribution. Thank you. Yup. I think we got a couple requests. Be sure to join the Discord too if you haven't yet, of course. Beating a dead horse every day with this stuff. There it is. Just posted it, pinning it, so you can join anytime throughout the stream with that link. Okay, so Rose 2000, all the index funds done. Then we go to gold. Gold dumping again, man. Pathetic. Like, I mean, hey, maybe it will end up being okay. It's not confirmed. This bottom is certainly not confirmed. Once you break this 1750, see it right back down at 1685. Fell back below the old supply line. You're back below it. What a joke. Gold, dude. Have fun with this one. Slow as molasses. You want yields? Gold's not the place to be gaining yields. How do we know that? Empirical evidence. It goes back to 2011, 2012. Just think about it. There were multiple times in 2011 and 2012 where gold was higher than it is right now. That is pathetic. You have your money, if it was in gold for a decade, a lot of it lost so much value because of inflation, like ridiculous amounts. So bad. Oh, why don't we look at, while it's on my mind, let's look at gold to Bitcoin. Dang, gold to Bitcoin looks really good, actually. Almost like a harmonic, but I mean, not really good. It's terrible, actually. But I'm just talking about locally, maybe. You just got this. Dang, it really did regard that candle high close as resistance. Look at that. Created in beginning of the year. Then look at that. 4 different tests and fails. And then it lost 78% of its value. And look at that. Testing the 200-day moving average again for the first. Did it even test it? It didn't even technically test the 200-day moving average back in July. When is the last time that gold to Bitcoin has tested the 200 moving average? For real, and not like almost. They didn't even do it freaking September of 2020. The last time gold to Bitcoin's even touched the 200-day moving average was July of 2020. So it just tested it again a few days ago is so I brought it up. So can we even say it's a harmonic? No, A and C would be almost literally too perfect, too high. So not a formal M shape. Don't know if we'd be messing with it anyway, but yeah, look, a 78% retrace. Momentum began to shift. A low, a lower low, the lowest low. Now a higher low. Oh, is that an inverse head and shoulders, man? It's really small pattern. I don't know if this is like really, really weak stuff. The lifetime trend should tell you all you need to know. It's terrible. It's really, really bad. All it ever does historically, no matter what, eventually, is make a lower high than the previous high, a lower low than the previous low. What's going on? Okay. Just gonna look at that perspective. It's really just gold was good until Bitcoin was created, and then like it just until we lose the internet, till the internet's gone, Bitcoin's it, man. All right, for now, until something changes, it'll be a while. Yeah, dude. There's no argument. One's way less volatile, sure. But does the volatility even matter on Bitcoin when the argument's presented? If you held gold a certain amount of money in 2011, 2012, you held it to now, you lost money a little bit, not much. You lost money, and you have to factor in how much of that money deteriorated in value just based on the sheer amount of inflation that's been going on since 2011. It does look interesting. This kind of looks like Bitcoin flipped over a little bit. Does this not kind of look like Bitcoin inverted? Yep. Of course it does. Okay. Because it's like to the US dollar. But what's the key differences between the US dollar and gold? So gold or Bitcoin, okay, if we flip the chart over, Bitcoin only ran up to maybe the 65% retrace, and then XAU to Bitcoin went 78%. So it was an underperformer because it lost more value, it seems. Makes sense. I guess gold maybe a little bit harder than fiat. Okay, let's get to these requests, I guess. I don't know, just in tangent. What does it do, man? Let's talk about it on Thursday. Thanks for the 10 people tuned in, probably. All right, first request. Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy, man. Coti, C-O-T-I, hitting all-time highs today. Yes, all-time highs briefly. It had never seen a price of 60.96 cents before. It had only seen a high of 60 cents on the dot. So just another one, right, chat? Another colossal sized harmonic that has completely played out now. Yes, of course it could go higher, but anytime, you're right. We're talking about aggressive targeting for harmonic structures, no matter if it's a small pattern, 4 hour, 60 minute, or it's a daily.
You Bitcoiners are just suffering from tulip mania. Gold will return, you millennials will see.
Thanks, Peter Schiff, for 420. Supporting the stream, dude. Yeah, dude, tulip mania didn't... You realize tulips didn't just crash and recover, crash, recover, crash, recover, and every time made higher lows, right? It was a one-time thing. It bubbled, the bubble popped, and it was over. Tulips never held value like that ever again. It's such a terrible argument, but I get it, man, right? So anyway, we're talking about harmonics. Taking entries near pattern completion zones, that's value perceived areas, right? 886s, 1618s with confluence, right? And it happened to back test old levels as support. That's solid, strategic, low risk, high reward potential opportunity areas. And then one lets those harmonics ride, normally to the C point and A point. What happened when it hit the C point? It reversed. Went to all the way back down to test other inflection points to make sure they were real supports. Bitcoin helped, I'm sure. But then what happened? A rally, and you held, and the A point, A and C, gets C and A gets the T and A. What's up, Martin, man? Thanks, dude. Holy crap. My man.
Martin Misagi tipped $100. Could you take a look at GRT/USD when you get a second?
You have
much
a
love.
completely diluted S-coin, right? That looks very similar to this asset, but it only looks similar to this asset like this. This is the way GRT looks, kind of. Worse though. It's actually a lot of chop down here. I don't even think it's made a 23%. Maybe I think it hit the 23% retrace, and that was it. Remember, think about it. GRT made a 23% retrace, and that was it, and it's still pathetic and just can't catch bids. No one wants it, and maybe it has to do with, you know, the creators increasing the supply of the asset. Terrible idea. All right. And then you've got ones like this. So it's like we identify all these, but not all altcoins or assets are created equal, and some aren't going to catch bids. It doesn't mean TA doesn't work, but if you just keep applying the fundamentals of what's taught here, right? The low risk, you play the numbers game, it's going to work out for you. You're going to have a good journey as a trader taking longs on assets that make complex M shapes at 88 to 100% retraces versus buying. This is, you understand, right? Maybe you don't understand anymore because your mental polarity has shifted because you've been watching, you've been a part of this, you've been exposed to this type of thinking for too long now. But if you could remember back before you cared about TA and stuff, this is where people that don't know what they're doing, have no idea what a chart is, don't even have an idea that you just tested your all-time high. They're not looking at charts. They're looking at numbers on their PayPal or their Coinbase or whatever, Kraken, it doesn't matter. They're like, oh my God, it's up 40%. It could keep going. And they just buy at these levels. The really dumb money. Smart money's down here. It's tough, man, because it grinds along. It doesn't always go, it doesn't go straight up. It takes a while, but eventually it pays off. Up here, this is where you get devastated. This is where you lose so much money so fast. Maybe this time, the dumb money takes along and it continues upward. How do they know how to sell? They don't. They just continue to hold, and then the thing loses 50% of its value in a few weeks, or a couple weeks, or less, because we've seen that constantly on these coins. Yeah, so they have no plan when they buy. They have no plan when to sell. They don't even know the resistance exists. They don't even know the asset from the pattern completion zone of the shark or of the Gartley that was identified. It appreciated in value 550% in 2 months. They don't even know that. They don't care. But they supply us with the liquidity we need to dump on their heads. Okay, so people take profit up here that are smart. People that are dumb, they go long here. And the smart money sells to the dumb money. Isn't that crazy? Zero-sum game. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, and crypto selling at, when momentum is strong, when sentiment is strong in crypto, yeah, it can cost you to take profit at reasonable levels, of course. But dude, you just don't, we talked about the trend is the book, right? The trade is the chapter in the book. We don't know when the book's going to end, but we know when the chapter is going to end because we have set those rules before we took the long, right? Before we opened that new chapter, that new trade, we set the parameters of when that chapter is going to end with our take profits, our layering out. So yeah, the book could continue on. A new chapter begins and it moons 100% from your third target. It happens. But a lot of times it never happens. It doesn't happen. It gets obliterated, right? Let's go, Sultan, man. Dude, thank you for the $150. My God, man, of Litecoin. Holy crap.
Sultan Niggas tipped $149.90. Hi. Mitch, when the sports stuff on the wall behind you? Theta is going to launch a one-layer platform and T20 smart contract platform. Ever remember the ThetaZilla? Looks like Bar's smile and will do the same. 0.918080000 LTC.
It's a lot of words. A lot of words, Sulta. I appreciate the contribution. If you were asking for Theta, we can look at Theta. Right? Yeah, we'll look at Theta. Sure. Thanks, man. All right, so just a little brush up on being a real trader, like taking low risk opportunities. Sentiment is bad. People, their fear is at its highest levels, right? But it makes sense because we understand. We're learned. We get 886s. We get inflection points from a year ago, right? We get all that. It makes sense to us. But to a lot of people, it doesn't make any sense because they don't invest in themselves. They want it now. They're the people that come in the stream, what's your price prediction? And they're gone or they're banned immediately, right? Because they're pushing some scam or something, right? If it was easy, everyone would do it. But it starts becoming easy. Once it clicks, it does start becoming pretty easy to identify these. But it takes tremendous amount of patience for assets to get back down to these levels. Takes time. Anyway, so beautiful on COTI. Actually successful, complete harmonic. Played out completely. I think it's a complete play out when it hits A. Now, if it ever exceeded A, which it could, of course, we're not here to know where an asset's going. We don't have to know where an asset's going to make money. But if it did breach this level and it continued upward, we have targets. Your target above an all-time high of 60 cents is 73.89 cents. The 1272 fib extension, the 1414 is 81 cents, and the 1.618, the golden mean ratio is 91.5 cents. There you go. This is where, hey, the chapter ends maybe for the trader, but hey, there's just way too much demand. Market participants want to push this higher. FOMO's coming in, retail, hey, whatever. These are the levels where it could go next if it did.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
We'll see here. Next request was... Oh, okay. It is Billy. B-I-L-I. I have memory of this place. Textbook. This is a textbook bullish Gartley pattern that is now potentially achieving a confirmation low. Oh man, bullish convergence kind of going on. Hey, now any strategy? No, there's no support looking left that's holding. I would say this B point is a real big deal. This could be it. I mean, this is really interesting here, okay? This is almost actionable. Almost actionable. Right, this could continue to sell off maybe to 62.79 again or something, but how do we target this? All right, let me just ask, because we just went into it talking about major harmonics. What would be the targets on BILI chat? Where would one strategically possibly set first profit taking level, second profit taking level? Could someone help me out here? We wouldn't be aggressive here because the trend is so bullish. The pattern is so beautiful. Yeah, you got a lot of right answers here. Yes, A and C, exactly. C and A gets the TNA, and it's C and A, or the TNA does not mean technical analysis. You could imagine what it means. Here you go. 130, a 129, and 157 are your targets on BILI. I think a protective stop loss maybe on this asset, somewhat below, the D point. What I would worry about is maybe things getting bad and it going down to test 5168. That could be a really good entry because it could turn into an 886 Gartley, which we've seen so many of those. But pay attention to this one. This is one never to ignore. You do not ignore this. Okay, because you break 84 or 47 for real, it's going to 129, 157. All right, that upside potential. Literally, let's say it's working on its confirmation low. The upside potential on this asset, 74%. On first target, second target is doubling your money, over doubling your money, 110% upside.
Boy, your Bama team escaped a disaster like Evergrande. Can we see
I wouldn't
if
say it
there's
was
an
that
edge on
bad, dude.
XDC/USD on the daily, please? Do you ever put good weight on the MACD indicator? Thanks, clinking beer mugs.
The MACD indicator, are you talking about the signal lines? I don't use them because when I learned, right, that the signal lines give far too many false readings and are really unreliable. So it's like, I just stick with the histogram wicks. But hey, it doesn't mean that you can't use it. You can't mess with it and have it in your formula. I'm just telling you in my formula how it works, and you use it and it's like, is it really helping? It wasn't giving me more than if it didn't exist on my chart. So anyway, this is really good looking stuff here. Add it to your watch list. People need to be aware. Okay. Yeah, dude. To ever compare Alabama football to Evergrande is psychotic. Yeah. Bama is a castle made out of unobtainium, gold, platinum, many other rarer and Bitcoin materials, where Evergrande's a house of cards, literally made out of paper. Okay. All right, next request. Good God, man. Well, I mean, it's like, wait, where is it, man? Like, where's my M shape? Like, dude. So, dude, it was the mega M shape. It was the beautiful bat Gartley harmonic, right? It lost 88% of its value. God, I mean, it played out all the way, didn't it? Yeah, there, look, it was like 88%, like 83%, like duh, M shape again. And what did it do? It went berserk. It completely played out and exceeded playing out. It hit, we talked about fib extensions on the other one, right? What happens on COTI?
China to me, China.
Evergrande, smiley
Yeah, dude,
face.
Evergrande. Yeah, dude. It's more like Evergrande, implying it's not. So we were looking at thank you, dude, Jeffrey. We were looking at COTI. It was just at the A point, hitting it today for the first time, since it played out. And this one did that September 8th or whatever, 7th or 8th, and then ran up and hit a 1.618 fib extension before violently reversing, pulling back because of Bitcoin, but got back above the A and C point, and today is mooning. It's up 20%. So what can you really do here? You can't do much, man. It's just, now the thing is, like, from September, I wonder if on the 4 hour we could have identified something here. It was, dude, look at this. This is what a few other assets are doing, chat, between you and me. Some of these assets are doing these things. Oh boy. That is something else, isn't it? 786, that's a bullish Gartley. What a freaking reaction you're getting off a pattern completion zone. 65% retrace golden pocket, 786, 886 in that zone. It went a little bit lower than the 786. It literally went to 86%. And okay, so that's the level. Those are the levels that, dang, man, it pivoted, held the 200 moving average. Look at it now. Beautiful. So you think target 1042, 1197. Get it A and C. Now it could come back to test, but dang, it's not spending much time at all. Mooning, right? Normally run up, okay, you sell off. Look what it did. This is why it's so nice catching 4 hours, 60 minutes sometimes. You can see the price action correlation where it fell below that old all-time high of 741, but then broke back above it, then back tested it and held it successfully before the huge impulse candle pushed you higher. That's what Bitcoin did above 40K or 42K. It did the same thing. 40,000, it had a huge bullish engulfing candle, and then 8+ hours later, it engulfed again after testing successfully its own inflection point of 42K, and then went straight up to 44K. Well, Bitcoin now is nearing its session highs, if you can even believe it, man. Spent most of the past 4 hours, or 3 hours, pulling back, but now it is at its highest. It just hit its highest level of this 4-hour candle, 1 hour, 7 minutes until it closes as well as the daily candle close.
What's up, man? Can you look at CTX, Cryptex Finance, 4-hour chart? You the TA man with the master plan, grimacing face, thumbs up, A-OK hand, love you gesture, love you gesture.
Yeah. Look at CTX, Charizard, thanks to 20 did. All right, so I mean, look, you catch a reaction. Sometimes you never catch that confirmation load. This is just what happens. You always try to wait for some form of confirmation, but dude, when you hit a PCZ, you rally, then you back test another level from history. Candle high closes a multiple. Look at how many times. That it is its own signal. That's a spring back test to spring form of confirmation. Right, double bottoms, inverse head and shoulders, spring back test of springs at higher levels. They're all technical indicators.
Bitcoin has more data than Coinbase. Looks like some harmonic stuff at an inflection point going back to February.
Okay, Maximum Meadows, we'll look at it. Thanks, dude. We'll look at it on KuCoin as well. Thanks, dude. Okay, next request. All right, GRT for Martin. GRT, pathetic, dude. I mean, it's just like every day, it just underperforms. It's really unfortunate. You're going for a full reset almost. To me, it looks like it could be anyway. And I'll just show you here. It's just, this is testament to how pathetic this asset is. And you have to be able to identify that the asset's performing miserably and maybe reallocate to a better performer. Dude, this thing from its all-time high to the low after, the lowest low of the correction, the pattern completion zone of the same bullish harmonic that we've been seeing across this entire market, it's only retraced 25% of the way, not once but twice. It looked like it was go time, but then Bitcoin said nope. And so now here it is, back below the critical inflection point between 75 and 81 cents. It is testing it as resistance and no higher. It is miserable of an asset. So anything doing this long enough, hey, maybe it gets back above those levels. It'd be great, dude. But just think about it. It could just be like, yeah, I mean, it could be going for the 886 eventually. Look at that, 50 cents. Why not? Why could it not do that? It could do that eventually. There's no edge, dude. Certainly no edge on the daily oscillators. Yeah, there might be a better entry at 50 cents on GRT. But dude, you cannot argue. This did so similarly to everything else. It's just a bad performer. And I think a lot of it might have had to do with the dilution. Like the developers created a crapload more supply of this asset, and that will mess things up, dude. Simple supply demand. Too much supply, not enough demand. Yeah, it's gonna struggle. Takes a lot more money to push this thing higher, and it's not gonna go higher. But you got so many other assets running full circles around this thing, so you have, that's just one thing, a learning lesson. Like, though it looked good, it was great, it was doing all the right things, look at it now. Like, pathetic, man. Everything's going up, hitting A and C, right? The tops. This thing couldn't even get close, man. It's so bad. Screw GRT, dude. Technically. I don't care about it fundamentally. Screw it, though. Yeah.
Noise!
Gentlemen.
Is that a bull flag on Saw used, or is the retrace too deep? Thanks for everything you do. Outstanding stream with Scott and Paula. Thank you for that.
Well, I'm glad you're one of the less than 4,000 people that watched it of my 59,000 subs, but glad you got something out of it. No thanks to the others, though. Yeah, they would benefit greatly if they did watch it, for sure. Oh, boy. God, dude, it's crazy. This Nigerian scammer literally waits till I go live, and when I'm preoccupied to do his scammy stuff on YouTube. So it's eerie that we have a Nigerian scammer watching this stream, or at least sub to me, and waiting for the notification for me to be live. That's crazy, dude. Okay, hold on. Give me a sec. So nothing else to really talk about on GRT besides it's going to happen. Something has to be an underperformer, right?
Noise!
Hi, can you have a look at ELF coin, please?
ELF coin, yeah, dude, sure. Thanks for the 20 euro super chat, Jacob. Much love. Yeah, let's go to the next one. Theta. Oh, yeah. Up 2.65% today. Hey, it had its own harmonic of some sort. Fell below its inflection point. Guh, you gotta get above this. 587, 626. This is like a shark, man. This is definitely like a shark. Yep, that's a textbook shark down there. Oh, it didn't quite hit the PCZ. The PCZ, though, would be legendary. Dude, if you could go a little bit lower, hit $4.20.
Is that a join?
That would be the pattern completion zone of this bullish shark. And it'd also be a critical inflection point that goes back to February. I wish April, right? Because it'd be hilarious. April 20th, 420 is the PCZ of a shark. You bullishly engulfed yesterday. You're now just butting up against a level of inflection that I don't know if you'll break it. But it certainly didn't quite get to the 886. Someone would argue and say it could be a cipher. Sure, it hit a 78% retrace, so it's a deep value received area. This is where it could react, but it's reacting and not above levels it needs to be above if you want much higher prices. If it breaks 626, it could go straight up to 845, but it's below those levels, kind of like GRT in a way. Yeah, so this is really nice though. You gotta love, okay? I'm telling you, I've seen this time and time again. An asset's in a downtrend, and then it breaks that downtrend, at least the supply line. Then it creates an ABCD or an XABCD and M shape. That's really good stuff, man. And think about, look left. The context of theta is so good because we know it's a prevailing uptrend, a long-term prevailing uptrend. This is a bullish pattern and a long-term bullish trend after a major correction. It's not bad.
Similar to ETH.
What's up, Egg Dude? Thanks for 20. Yeah, we can look at the Ethereum Classic. The real Ethereum, man. So, what do you do here? I mean, you don't have any kind of edge. Not yet. You don't have any bullish divergence on the daily. You probably want something on the daily to be your friend here. No edge on the 4 hour even either. So you would want to see this thing test 587 as resistance and then dump again, and then we see 420, and then 420 is where we load up. That's where we'd say, this is it, man. It's the zone here, right? It's an inflection zone. Just like what you're testing and failing right now, you want to go test and succeed down here. And I know people are like, oh my God, man, so you want it to go lower? It's like, well, if you want to play by the rules, right? There are rules of the system, right? And we're looking for the deepest retrace, and that would make too much sense. It would be perfect. It would be you understand that theta, listen to me, theta, July 21st, when it broke back above 420, it never once ever back tested it as support with confirmation. Never. So no market participant even knows if 420 is a true support for real because it fell below it and rallied and just went straight up, right? Now you might gain a golden opportunity for this asset to back test that spring that happens to literally be the pattern completion zone of the bullish shark. And you might have crazy good bullish divergence down here. It's setting up that way, where if it dumps one more time, you will get bullish divergence out of PCZ of this pattern. So that's what I'd be waiting for on Theta. It may never happen, but these are the things you're looking for, man. Over and over and over again. It's the same thing. Okay. Now we move on. Next request. Let's see, what did you give me a? No, you didn't give me an actual exchange. Let's see which one I have data on. There's some data on this one. Okay, XDC, long-term uptrend, hitting a level of inflection and bouncing. Nice. Anything above 12 cents, 11.86 cents is good. Too shallow to say it was a harmonic, you know, from the low to high. Dang, man, it hit a 786. But I'm saying, like, yeah, it's like not deep enough on B to be a Gartley. But yeah, it hit a value level, right? At the 78% retrace is exactly where it bounced. It fell below critical support, but it still bounced at the fib node. That's awesome. So I don't think there's any edge right now on this one, but I do like it above this zone. XDC. Oh man, hasn't seen positive momentum on the daily since August 25th. So it's been a month. But you see why I have these levels plotted, right? It's a candle high close from July 4th, a candle high close, the first one on this chart, May 7th, right? So I just plot it like this for you so it's easier. You understand, you see. Anything above this level is really good. Really, really good. Hidden bullish divergence, I guess, is done developing, and it's about to go. It'll probably be tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the first day it shows positive momentum in a month. Wow. It's pretty good, dude. So, you know, having a stop loss probably below 10 cents would be good. Here, holding, you know, like, just think about it. It's in really good shape. I'm going to plot the demand. Look at that demand line right there, too. Okay, that's pretty good. So at a demand line, the support, there was demand. Wow. Isn't that crazy? So how will we target here? I think it might be, you could use just candle high closes on the daily. Like your first target easily would be 14.6 cents. Right, that's trader settled up their highest point right there. Or you could use Fibonacci. You go back to the 4 hour and just say, all right, well, how would I, from the highest point to the lowest point, high to low, left to right always. You're looking like what, 61% retrace, 15.81 cents. But man, it just, that makes all the sense in the world. Is 15 cents. Right, just look at the levels. Look at how the price action correlated to it. I mean, that would be your target if it held this level. There wasn't an edge. It could always dump again and get a confirmation low. I've seen it before where these demand lines, you know, these assets will run up, whatever, they'll sell off and they do this. Holy crap, that's the ticket right there. You get some sort of bullish convergence or something on a second test of a demand line, look out, dude. That's where assets can do this, man. So just pay attention. That, I don't know, man. No one knows. Market participants don't know, but on the second levels, on the second lows, market participants know. And that's where they start placing their bids. Okay. It's never, that first time, yeah, you V shapes, whatever, but it's normally like M shapes or, right? Because the double bottom, the confirmation that we all need. All right, that's your XDC. Next request was GTX, Cryptex Finance. It actually is a crypto. It's a stock too. Yeah, look at nice little W in development now. There was really nice bullish divergence on the 4 hour on this one, right? A low, the lower low, and right there on the MACD. It wasn't on the R side, it was just the MACD histogram. So right there, impending price action reversal, it reversed, and now you could understand what you're doing, right? You're working on a complex W. Oh, it's perfect, dude. Right? Minimum target here, eventually 40 cents. That is a beautiful potential M shape. I'm sorry, W. Or bearish cipher to shark. I would say cipher first because 62% retrace on B. That, so minimal. Eventually, you think it's, hey, it could sell off. It's going to probably make a sell off and make a higher low than what you saw September 21st. That's what happens in the C to D wave. You get ups and downs, but eventually just higher lows this whole wave until you hit $40, and that's where it's going to get interesting. That's where a major reaction reversal could occur. But if it's really strong, it could go from the 786 to the 886. No problem. Hitting 886. 42.55. So it's got more upside, but it could pull back in this wave before going higher again. So it's not like, hey, time to take a long when it's up 9%, but not even just 9%. Since the low, it's up 53% in 2 days. My God. Ridiculous, dude. Absolutely ridiculous. So there's more upside on this, but still it's ridiculous, right? More data on... Yeah, it's beautiful. It's literally making... Wow. It's a fresh chart since this is... look at this. Okay. So here's masked the US dollar on KuCoin. Whew. Anything above 730 is bullish as F, man. But you just created an M shape. But it's a Bartley. It's a Gartley-Bartley, right? It's like an XA, 62%. Yeah, 65%. That's yep, that's the ticket. And it went even lower, you know, than the 886. But where traders set it up on the candle close, that was an 8. So yeah, you have an M shape right here that's reacting. There's no edge, so you get a reaction. Sometimes you get a reversal. But yeah, this is exactly where assets can go, you know, to much higher prices. No problem. A and C, right? Be your targets up there. $13. Anything above this zone here, 730, 784, you have to be bullish. Just like OMG. Anything above $8, you have to be bullish. Bitcoin, anything above 42K, you have to be bullish. Anything above $2,900 to $3,000 on Ethereum, you have to be bullish. You fall below it, and things are changing. It's not good to be below that because we know how fast it could fall. It almost saw 2,500 very fast, breaking 2,900 on Ethereum. So you're in really good areas here. Okay, this is exactly where I would want to see a harmonic painted in a very real uptrend. You've broken a critical inflection point. It goes straight up, and then you back test it for the first time ever, September 8th, as support, and then you paint the M shape, almost come back to it to confirm that what was once a support, resistance is now support again, right? Confirmation low right here. This is mask looks great technically. How do you argue with that? Now below 730, I don't like it. I love it though above 730, 784. Okay, where the upside minimum would just be the top of the harmonics. Minimum 1330-ish on mask eventually. That's it. That's a great looking chart here, dude. Mask. Okay, we good? Understand why it's good. Higher highs, higher lows, long term. And now above the most incredible and critical area of the charts. Okay. I think Sol was too deep for a, you know, flag. I don't think it's a flag at all. No way, dude. Doesn't mean it can't reverse though. Just Sol, man. No, flags don't. Should be downslope and consolidation though.
Hi Mitch, can chart joy /USDT.
What's up, chicken man? Yeah, dude. Yep. We'll do it. And there's no breakout yet. of a supply line, which that's real. Very, very real there. Supply line. And yeah, you probably, there's a channel. Yeah, there's a channel. Okay. Sure. It's like that. Yeah. I don't think that's a flag, but if you break out, you could target accordingly. I would think if you broke out and you were gonna run up, you're gonna test 170. It's a discernible high on the 4 hour. 188. After 188, 212. So you just think about this as an asset from the high to the low. If, let's say, the bottom was in, we don't really know. I mean, maybe it is, maybe it's not. It didn't show divergence on the lowest low of the pullback. It has not broken a supply line yet. Fibonacci, I mean, you're already at a 38% retrace. You're already pretty moderately retraced from that high to low. But yeah, the 618's at like 177. I think 188 would probably be a valid target. $200 after that, if it did break out, which it hasn't yet. This correction could last longer than you think, man. It did so many insane things. I like it above the 200 moving average on the 4 hour, whatever. Yeah, hidden bullish divergence could be a thing too. Bullish engulfing candle yesterday, but there's no, like, it didn't hold an inflection point on the engulfing like Bitcoin did. Yeah, but any engulfing candle could signify a reversal. You had one, look, September 18th. That didn't turn into anything but 3 black crows almost, right? I wouldn't call it a flag, but it could always break its supply line and run. Sure. We talked about targets for that. Okay. This coffee's running through me, dude. Seriously. Oops. What the heck? I thought ELF has been on Binance for literally ever. Oh, it must be ELF to the US dollar. Tether has not, but ELF to the US dollar has. That's where all the data is. Well, I mean, this is like one of those Wyckoff situations, right? Where you had a real good chance, right? What did it do? It did what everything else did. You know, it created these beautiful complete resets. XABCDs, inverse head and shoulders. The time to be requesting ELF was not now. The time to be requesting ELF was back here at the same time when everything else was bottoming out, right? 886, one bottom, a second bottom. Oh my God, inverse head and shoulders too to boot. And then it broke out and exceeded the harmonics structure, went to those deeper retraces, and now it's like there's nothing. Why would you ever look at this asset now? You got a resistance. Look, support 2017, resistance 2018, resistance multiple times again in 2018. Well, you are below that right now. So maybe hidden bullish divergence develops, but not yet. No, and you want to be above 81.6 cents, not below it, because long way down based on history. Okay. So there's nothing, like, if we're looking at something like this, this is like the worst time to be requesting it. Because if we're harmonic traders and we're constantly hunting for assets that look like this or similar to this at these levels, and it's already played out, this is the worst time to request it, right? I mean, what can we do here? Besides look at historical levels from 2017, 2018, it's already appreciated in value so much. A buying climax could have already been confirmed. It could be over. I don't know. Look, it could be like an X, A, B, C, D going on where a big correction lasts for months. This is not the time to be requesting ELF. But yeah, dude, it could go much higher, I guess. Sure. Yeah, like, I mean, dang, dude, above 81 cents. I mean, probably nothing major until 157. There's a couple there's a candle high close of 112, yep. Yeah, not too much in between 81 cents and 157. Sure. All right, next one. So what was it? What is it that you liked, man? What is it, man? Sorry, dude, it got a lot of data down. Remember, this one went so insane that, like, all these lines, it makes it look like I'm just using too many lines, but I'm not. It's just how scaled out I have to get to those prices up there. Try to clean it up. I mean, these were all real levels, so like whatever, dude. But now it's like, you know, just like everything else, these M shapes developed in late July. You ran up, really nice run, once, twice, confirmation high, and you dumped. There's no edge. No edge. Bullish engulfing candle yesterday. Something I do kind of like is this wick high from April 17th. We broke back above it on that beautiful bullish engulfing candle, and today you're back testing it as support. It's very subtle, very quiet. You have to be paying tremendous amount of attention to this asset to see it. What its price action correlation to this one high, the first time ever was created. And it's above the 200-day moving average as well. That's really interesting. There's nothing implying that sellers are exhausted here yet, though. So you always want that. And I don't know if it was deep enough of a retrace. It definitely wasn't a formal M shape or harmonic because too perfect on A and C if it was. But yeah, I mean, probably 7% retrace or so. So you got, that's what's going on with EDC. Nothing's sticking out like, oh my God, I can't wait. Not like BILI, dang man. Or Tron or something, right? We get 450 likes. Appreciate that, chat. Didn't even know people were watching the stream still. I thought I was just like 30 people, oh, 800 people, whatever. Thank y'all. Okay, so yeah, engulfing, back testing a level as support, and if it holds, I think it could go to 62.69 from here. It's like what, $12 upside. If it holds $50 as support from where it is now, it could go up 23% more. Yeah, and it wouldn't be that weird. It wouldn't be weird at all. It'd make plenty of sense. That's the historical price action correlation between $50, $62 is straight up, straight down. So it'd go there. Yeah. Yes. All right, we got next request. It's the last request of the day, seems. Well, I mean, dude. Whack job asset here. Did what a lot of others did, right? X, A, B, C, D, 786 or whatever. I do like it a lot above 11 cents. It's above it. I love on the dump, the El Salvador dump, it made technically a higher low than August 4th. That means there are more market participants that own Troy than they did before. Accumulation's still going on this asset. And then that pump happened. I don't know what to tell you. Pump and dump, Telegram or something. 4 cents. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. Not 11 cents. This is 1 cent. Okay, 1 cent down here. It went up 300% before pulling back. But now, after the pullback, it's at really strong. If it can hold anything above 11 cents, dude, is 1.7 cents. But really, that's just that low point that might be tested. The swing high, the upside potential between 11 cents for the next overhead resistance. We're talking like, it's crazy, man. It could go up, it could double in value above 11 or 1.1 cents. It could double up and go to 2.3 cents. Right here. Straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. It could literally, after all this accumulation, it could go straight up again. Oh wait, it did. But I'm talking like it could literally do it without being a scam. Up and down in one day, right? So yeah, Troy above 1.1 cents. Really, any high or low created above 7.8 tenths of 1 penny is bullish because it's more accumulation at deeper retrace areas from the previous low. It's not bad. It's actually pretty good, even with the craziness. Yeah. Okay.
Hey bud, what happened to Eta? Thought we were on the way up but got smacked down like K. Enjoy your TAs. Smiley
What's up, Johnny, dude? Thanks for 20, man. All right, we'll look at it. What happened? We'll look. Which it's now, right? Because I'm all caught up. Remember, it's like anything above 946 to 1078 is bullish. But yeah, it's down almost 30% today. but you're still above the inflection point. This is a really volatile asset. So I can't tell you about the intraday price action. All I can tell you is above 946, you're okay. Below it, you're in a lot of trouble. But could have made a confirmation. I don't know. Dude. Really bad on a day where equities bounce back really hard. There's not much to look at here besides the major levels. And it had its pump. It back tested that level of support, began to rally again, but not enough demand. So whoever it is, selling. And that's all I can tell you, man. Yeah, this asset's down 28% today. Another 1% after hours gross, 1186.
Noise!
Hey, love the stream, man. Can you look at FED/USDT? 0.00637543 ETH.
Thank you, Thomas. You had to look at it. So Johnny, dude, you requested it. I'm looking at it. That's all I can literally do. I think we looked at it like yesterday or 2 days ago or something. So I'm sure it'll probably be up tomorrow. Something, FET. Well, FET broke a supply line the date of July 20th. Look where it's gone since. It hit a 1414 fib extension. It was beautiful. It was an M shape, an X, an A, a B, a C, and a D, and had like 3 bottoms: inverse head and shoulder, double, triple bottom stuff. Go figure, right? It's just it did what so many other assets did. It's now begun to paint hidden bullish divergence on the oscillators from a low to the higher low. Man, it fell below that critical support resistance, 72 to 75 cents. It's back above it. Very good. Attempting a rally here doesn't ensure it's going to make higher highs, even though it could. Probably depends on Bitcoin. But yeah, anything above 75 cents is pretty good on this one. But you're not. I think you really want to see the asset get back above 87.85 cents. If you wanted to run maybe to the 1618 of 132 up there. But yeah, nice bounce, dude. It engulfed yesterday, right? It covered the previous candle, which is a Japanese candlestick reversal, and today it caught immediate follow through price action. It's up 14% on the day. In 2 days, it's up almost 30%. Boom. I mean, it's just, yeah, welcome to crypto. An asset's up 14%. What can we even really do with it, If you requested it yesterday, I'd be like engulfing candle, like everything else. Most assets caught immediate fall through price action today. Dude, I've got to go to the bathroom. This coffee ran through me. I'll be right back. There's 35 minutes to go, but I might not make it to the end of the stream just because it's one of those days. But boy, does Bitcoin look okay above 42K. I'll be right back. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, the bell, sub. Thanks so much for being here.
Bruh. Yeah.
All right, I'm back for a moment, I guess. We kind of covered the things we cover every day with some requests mixed in, all good. Just remember, there was a golden cross that happened over a week ago on the daily, but it's lagging, so it could go right back into a death cross if price continues to plunge. But if it recovers, there will not be a death cross. It will be fine. It would be nice to get back above that 200-day moving average, wouldn't it? Okay, yeah, we didn't look at the other two big ones, did we? ADA and Binance. Because Binance looked good, dude, and it's caught that fall through today. Hello. Cardano up 1.3%. Okay, bullish engulfing candle confirmed yesterday. You haven't seen positive momentum on this one since August 30th. And look, you're right back at where traders set it up at their highest point May 16th. It was an all-time high at the time. You're there, you're below it. You got to break it. You haven't broken a supply line yet either. There's a lot of work to do on Cardano. Okay, tons of work. But you break through that 242, you're going up probably to test all-time highs again. Really nice. Then Binance Coin, real quick. Fourth largest crypto. Look at that, man. It's not a wedge per se yet, but I have it plotted like down, down-sloping price contraction. Okay, and where it created a bullish engulfing candle is so nice, right? Old inflection point from history, support now with once resistance.
Hey Mitch, love your work. Can you check Rex? I'm not sure if it's on TradingView. Great stream and keep up the great work.
What's up, Jill? What's up, Hoodie? Thank y'all both. I'll look at both of those. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, so I really like BNB above 377 because of the candle high close from May 26th and the wick high from June 14th. Yeah, it's very close to a supply line breakout. I think eventually this target will take you to 630s or 600 to 637 or whatever. Eventually, man. Cool story, bro. Sand to BUSD. A little bit of hidden bullish divergence maybe going on the daily. Make a high about this, or make a low about the same low. But I really want to see, well, it's good that you're above 68.5 cents, that old high from March 14th. Nice, but you're going to go test probably 82 cents from here. And if you test that, it'd be nice to break it. But really nice uptrend it's in. I don't really see much besides maybe the hidden bullish divergence argument. I like the engulfing candle like everything else. It's just going to follow Bitcoin. So is this at a very strategic level? Maybe above 68.5 cents, sure. Below that, I wouldn't want to be really messing with it at all. Not really. Because I think it could go to 50 cents real fast. Okay. So I'm just identifying the levels. I'm identifying there's maybe definitely some hidden bullish divergence in the oscillators, but it looks like it's closer to Class C hidden bullish divergence than Class A or B, which Class C hidden bullish divergence is weaker when you make the same price and you, well, this would be Class B hidden bullish divergence, so it's still good. So this just implies a continuation. That's what is going on right now on the daily time scale, assuming the negative momentum continues to wane and we keep going higher or sideways. But you can clearly see that it had a really nice run after doing what? The same thing as everything else. So anytime, you're going to request something like this, it's just like it did its thing. It already did. It's like that was the time to care. One bottom, a second bottom at 886 is up here near all-time highs. It's just not as strong of an argument ever. Okay, you get it? Great time to request down here in June and July. Not the best time to be requesting up here because it's so high. And what we strategize and our teach here, it played out beautifully. Hit the A and C targets. Cool. Okay, next one was Rex. Oh, I can't look at anything on Poopcoin. Or Poocoin. Yeah, I can't look at anything that's not on TradingView. I'm sorry, dude. That's a rule that's been around for almost 4 years. Since the existence of the stream, it's never been different. So you can't be like mad at me for not looking at Poocoin.app or whatever. Binance Smart Chain. They're all scams, dude. It'll pump and it'll dump eventually. So whatever's happening with it. Sorry. Now, if you pick another one that's on TradingView, I'll be happy to look at it. Sorry, man. But yeah, instead of Rex, how about this? In lieu of Rex, I will honor you with something very similar. We'll just look at Ren. How about that? Ren, baby, Ren. Beautiful. Harmonic. Reaction low, reversal low. 4 hour. Unreal. So perfect. Target. Eventually 109, 116, 134, maybe even 175. The conditions go full on bull again. We don't know. Ren, nice. I think it pulled back to the entry because we were a little like, oh man, I don't know, dude. Like it's up 15% yesterday. Let's have the entry a little bit lower. I think it hit it today on that pullback, that mini pullback we see. So good start. Now it's time to rise. The CNA gets the TNA. That's it. And actually maybe even beyond. Because if you look at the daily, hidden divergence. Oh yeah, triple hidden divergence, bullish engulfing candle above the 200 moving average, above the major inflection points. It's just so good. Ren looks so good on the daily, man. If you're a patron and you actually pay attention to the notifications, you understand that and you're fully aware, and you might very well be in this position. If you're not a patron, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like, there you go. But yeah, this is in lieu of Rex. We look at Ren because it looks like a major winner. Impending price action winner. Yeah, based on everything. God, I love it, man. I also love another one that I posted today, patrons. And I'm not, I'll look at it, okay? Right now. This is a reward for sticking around this long. I mean, I've been live for an hour and 33 minutes, so. Crap, hold on, which one was it? This one. What looks similar to Ren? Tron. M-shape, shark. 200-day moving average regarded as support yesterday and the day before. Bullish engulfing candle yesterday. Hidden bullish divergence on both oscillators. And you're above all major inflection points. Nothing there that exists until 13.6 cents. Well, we got the other high at 12 cents where it reversed, but 13.6 cents is like the longer term target. This one test off the 200-day moving average, I don't really know. Second time, M-shape, hidden divergence, bullish engulfing candle above inflection points. Second time, sweet mother of Jesus. Okay, you know what's being implied right now on Tron? I'm just saying, like, this could fail, but this is being implied on Tron. Okay, see what happens. Good luck. The yearly Patreon is 1 month off, so I think it's around $16.50 or something. Just, it's like an 8% discount if you join annually on the Patreon. Jose.
Noise! Oceanist, please.
So Jacob, dude, thanks, man. Sure. Ocean it is. Whoa. I cannot look at Poopcoin. I can look at BTT though. Sure, Luke. Yeah, just I don't know what you mean by Poopcoin. That's an actual thing for scams. It's like where you can chart scams or chart scams.
Luke him super chatted $50. Trying Tron Network for the first time out of my comfort zone ECR 20s. Would you mind looking at a poop coin? BT Trust, looks to have retraced back to Golden Pocket.
Yeah, look at BTT. That was looking good before all this crazy El Salvador crap. Yep. Let's look at Ocean first, though. Interesting. Well, let's go through. Now, I like it. I do like this back test of an old level from November. I do like that. It's wedging, maybe. Do we have a really nice falling wedge, or is it just a down sloping channel? Might just be a channel. Yeah, if you anchor from the top like that, yeah, it's just a little short-term downtrend going on, it seems like. Yeah. It's like a descending broadening wedge, kind of. You can't say that's a partial decline because the last time it did not touch the top. So, bullish engulfing candle yesterday. Yeah, if you get back above where it's testing right now, if you get back above 71.93, 72 cents. It's a big deal. It's not a joke. Look left. It's like look where it was listed, August 19th. That's not a joke. It's real. It's very real because you can see the correlation in May and June. And so I think above that, you could eventually go to 94 cents again. You're going to test that supply line though, which is at 87 cents. But I think but look, the price action correlation normally between 72 cents and 94 cents is straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. So eventually it could go straight up again to that next inflection point. If you ever broke $1, you're going to 133, 138. Okay. Don't know. There's not really an edge here on the daily at all on Ocean, like Ren or Tron. Those have edges. It's a big deal. No edge on the 4-hour either. So I like it above 72 cents. It could go much higher, but nothing's implying that sellers are exhausted yet. Not really. I mean, on the RSI, you could try to make an argument that it was like bullish divergence, maybe. Just know your levels, and you're at a major one. And if it can truly break, it could go much, much higher. If it can't, then it's going right back down to 61 cents again. Okay, test for maybe a confirmation low, right? You don't know if the bottom's in. Maybe the second time you know. So I think there are other ones with right now at this current time. There are ones with like better. We just looked at them that are like pristine, ready to go. Okay, let's see. Yeah, BTT. That's like a part of Tron Connect. Having its own correction, maybe. So what's the reason for it again? It doesn't really look like there's a structure here that makes much sense. Like a Bulkowski structure. It's a lot of chop. I mean, from where it is now, it could go up to 3.96 cents, test that and fail and dump. Or it could run up to test 4.5 tenths of 1 cent. Sorry, it's not 3.9 cents. It's 3.9 tenths of 1 penny, 4.5 tenths of 1 penny. God. This is one that, if market conditions weren't good, this could go a full reset. It's not there yet, right? It goes from we're talking about something like this kind of, that goes to an 886 or something eventually. It's in a correction. I wouldn't be surprised at all if that happens. Okay, so that would be awesome. I don't know. Nothing really sticking out to me as like amazing right now. Maybe a scam wick low that's the reaction low, confirmation low, could be double bottoming. I don't know. Not very deep, not too much value. There's some, but we always look for the deeper value levels, and this is kind of moderate. So again, I'm looking at this one, I'm like, I think there are better things out there than BTT right now. That's it, dude. Again, Ren, Tron. Yes. Everything else, a lot of other things, I don't know. Maybe if Bitcoin goes up, yeah, they're going to go up too. Okay, you don't have to have an edge. But we're looking for an edge on assets at inflection points. Binance coin, pretty good, and a few others I've already mentioned. Okay, so And that was the last request of the day so far. It might be it. That might be it. So, been live for 1 hour and 41 minutes. If you're enjoying the live stream, the like button, the bell, a sub. It's been a pretty good stream so far today. Mysteries abound all the time, right? Bitcoin looking pretty good, above $44,189, which is a local inflection point, I think. Just going back so you can see it. It was the old, what would be considered, if someone wanted to consider the structure up here, head and shoulders, it would be the neckline. So you're back above the neckline of the head and shoulders. That's it, right? You want to stay above that. I don't think you want to dump, but you very well could. You could go back to 42K and test it perfectly before going much higher. I know it's an almost new day, but I've been live for longer than Kramer goes live every day, right? So, you know, or any other person on TV. So it's just like stream for a while, we look at assets, and that's it, you know. Sometimes we get hyped and there's cool, crazy stuff, but all right, I think y'all are good. So I will just be back. Thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. And until next time, respect the TA.